Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to Wendy Love Love. This is your host, Happy Wendy. Yes, today I like to share something about connection. How to connect deeply with ourselves and with our loved ones, especially when we are in pain. I like to share a little example of my own personal life, and then I'll share my solution to help myself and my loved ones to relieve that suffering. So for me, before I got married to John, I thought in this life I would never get married for sure, not for me, because I never saw any couple truly in love to each other and truly care for each other or communicate to each other in a very intimate and caring way. I grew up in a family, my parents, they really loved me. They provided me food, shelter. They did their best. But not much in communication. Whenever I was in pain or I speak out that I was suffering, my dad, he cared about me a lot. So he felt pain that hearing me having pain. So his reaction is raising his voice because he has so much pain within him. Because he cares about me so much, he knows I'm having pain that is probably more painful than his own pain. So that happens a lot, and I realize, okay, I shouldn't tell my dad when I feel pain. So I always tell him I'm happy, because I don't want him to yell. I was too young to understand he was in pain. That's why he was projecting his pain through his vocal cords. He was not aware. I thought he was just upset that I was having pain, so I shouldn't have pain. So that was a little background of my emotional state of growing up. And that led to my marriage. The closest person is my husband, John, who lived with me. I got married to him really fast, just in a few months. And that story I want to share with you in later episodes. But today I'm going to focus on the subject of how to help our dear ones to relieve pain. So in my marriage, I realized I kind of inherited my dad's behavior too. So when my loved one feel pain, I tend to withdraw, I tend to raise my voice, and that is not helping my loved one to feel less pain. And that even me raising voice, that kind of hurting myself too. You know, I felt very frustrated that I wasn't able to help my loved one to relieve pain, and I did not understand what was going on in my body. And as time go by, I learn about my body reaction. And whenever I feel pain, I tend to hold my breath, and I tend to run away. I tend to not wanting to face it. Also for my own pain too. For my own pain, I tend to not looking at it, which is not healthy, which is not a action for self-love. So this was happening in my life before, and this was an issue I needed to solve, to improve, to find a solution. So one of my favorite books, it is How to Connect by the monk Thich Nhat Hanh. He is one of my favorite teachers. His compassionate heart connects with me. Even he is not alive anymore, his teaching will last for centuries. This sentence I learned is, I am here. I am here. I am here. I hear you. I'm here. I hear you. And I got very inspired by these words. The words are very powerful. So, in my own personal life, when I feel anxious or when I feel pain, I immediately sit down and I put one hand on my heart, the other hand on my belly button. These two places are the two most important engine of my human body. The heart keep beating. From the day I was born, you start beating. To the day I die, it stop beating. This is a sign of life. And my belly button is where I connect with my mother when I was in her womb. And that is how I absorb energy from my mother and be able to survive. So this is how I was born. The energy from the mother. So those two places are very key places of my human life, human existence. So when I'm in pain, I put my hand on those two places and I breathe. And breath is also a sign of life. When we were born, we start breathing. When we die, we stop breathing. So breath is also a sign of life. So as my hands are on my heart and my belly button, I breathe. I breathe deeply. I tell myself, I am here. I am home. I am here. I am home. I am here. I am home. And a few breaths later, I will be at a very different place. I immediately feel calmer. I feel safe. I feel safe. And this practice is very crucial to maintain our well-being. And that I apply to my intimate relationships. For example, my husband John, when he tells me that he is in pain, either it's through his behavior or through his vocal cords or through his breathing style. For example, when he is raising his voice or speaking fast, I first standing there and I take care of my heart, I take care of my breath, I make sure I'm in a good place to help him. And then I put one hand on my heart and put the other hand on his heart. And by doing so, I'm letting him know, I'm here. I'm here for you, babe. I'm here. And I hear you. And my hands connecting to my heart and his heart and connecting our hearts together and let him to feel my calm breath. And then he will also calm his breath and start breathing slower. And he will know that I was there. I'm there for him. He's safe. And then I will be able to help him to relieve his pain by being there for him, by seeing him, seeing his pain, and being there for him. This practice helps me a lot. In few years back, we used to fight a lot, and to a point that we talk about divorce a lot. And now we're able to be stronger together. And our relationship nowadays is a lot of love, a lot of communication. And this one key practice helps a lot. This is a magical sentence. So I encourage all of us to practice that on ourselves, also with our loved ones. First, we have to be able to calm ourselves. It's okay. I am here. I am here. Deep breath, hands on the heart and belly button, and being there for ourselves. Then we will be able to be there for our loved ones. Thank you for listening. I hope this tip helps you to cultivate love and peace within yourself and within your intimate relationships. Ciao, until next time. I wish you all the love and joy.